Hello and welcome to a tutorial video on how to play the card game Corporate Investment, a game where you play as a CEO trying to gain the most wealth before the environmental resources are depleted. Your goal. Your goal in Corporate Investment is to score the most points by making stacks of 4 cards of the same number or face. Setting up the game. In order to set up the playing field and deal out cards for Corporate Investment, follow these steps. First, remove any jokers from the deck. Second, deal out the economy cards and player hands. Player hands get 3 face-down cards each, and the economy gets 8 face-up cards in the middle. If you forget to remove the jokers and a joker gets dealt, like in this example, place the card or cards aside and deal another card to the player or the economy. Third, re-add the jokers back into the remainder of the cards, then shuffle those cards. These remaining cards become the environment deck. Set aside space for government and wealth piles. You and your opponent have separate wealth piles. Here is an example of how a playing field will look once dealt out. How to play. On your turn, you will place down a card from your hand into the economy. If cards are the same number, you will stack them. Your goal is to complete a stack. Stacks are considered completed when all 4 cards of the same number or face are on the field. If you complete a stack, you take that stack and place it into your wealth pile. Once stacks are in a wealth pile, they can no longer be played. After you take a stack, you must place down another card. This card cannot complete a stack. If you only have cards that complete a stack, that stack will go into the government pile, and those cards are no longer in play. After you place down a card, you can choose to draw from the environment deck. If you choose to draw, you will keep drawing until one of 3 things happens. 1. You draw a card that is adjacent to the card you played. For example, if you play an ace, you will stop drawing if you pick up a 2, ace, or king. Or, if you play a 5, you will stop drawing if you pick up a 4, 5, or 6. You will then reveal the adjacent card to your opponent. Only the adjacent card is revealed. 2. You draw a joker. If you draw a joker, you lose half of your hand, placing 1/2 back into the environment deck. If your hand is an odd number, the joker will take the majority. For example, if a player has 9 cards, the joker will take 5. The joker is then discarded after use. 3. You draw 5 cards. If you draw 5 cards in your turn ends. Additional rules. If you run out of cards, your next turn will be spent drawing 1 card from the environment deck. After you draw the card, your turn ends. If you have 10 or more cards in your hand, you will be taxed. Your opponent picks 4 cards from your hand, but they cannot see the cards. The cards are then revealed and placed into the economy. If this tax completes a stack, this stack goes into the government pile. How to win Corporate Investment. Each completed stack gives you 1 point. The player with the most points wins. The game ends when the environment deck is gone. However, if the government pile has the most cards by the end of the game, the government wins. And that is how you play Corporate Investment. Good luck and have fun.